¿Qué rollo? ¿Cómo andamos? Bienvenidos otra vez aquí a mi humilde opinión. Y hoy estamos aquí con mi amiga
Fabiola.
Con B, por favor, de burro, de boy,
The boss.
de boss, de lo que sea, pero B, ¿ok? ¿Cómo andamos hoy?
Bien, bien.
Bien, bien.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, we've been talking about this for a good minute. By the way we work together, I'm her boss.
Hardly. Hardly.
But,
Literally.
you know, we have so much time to talk right there at the market. And, like, we always said that we wanted to do, like, multiple podcasts, not just one. So, but today we're going to talk about something very interesting that I feel like nowadays como que se está haciendo mucho. And it's, like, jumping into a relationship right away and making big decisions, which include, like, getting married, like, within months, having kids, not having a plan and having kids. Like, son muchas cosas, pues, you know, like, that they don't think about, right?
Yeah.
So, what's your opinion on that?
I have a lot of opinions, actually. I think my main one, this is my humble opinion. You know, he has his humble opinion and mine. So I feel like my biggest question would be is what's the rush? You know, I think like a lot of times moving in with somebody in marriage and all of these things, like they should come with time. And the biggest one is going to be children.
Oh, yeah, of course. Nobody thinks about that one. They think it's
No.
like, oh, qué cute, my baby, se parece a su papá, se parece a su mamá, but, like, bro, es otro pedo traer chamacos al mundo, you know?
Literally.
No se pueden a pensar en lo económico and, like, even in your relationship, because relationships, they change after you have kids. No matter what you say, they're gonna fucking change.
They're going to change, exactly. You know? And, like, you don't realize it, right? Like, I mean, you could move in with a person and, like, as long as there's no marriage or even when you're married, like te puedes deshacer de esa persona y pues nada que ver, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Pero cuando hay un niño entre medio,
oh, that's hard.
It's hard. Like
that's
you're
already
gonna
hard.
see that for the rest of your guys' life. You guys are gonna
see
each
regardless,
other.
It don't matter what.
Nada de when you turn 18 ni nada. Like no, you guys are stuck for life. You know,
there's still gonna be birthday parties.
There's life events,
special events.
After that.
Yeah,
exactly. Like you know, your kid's wedding. You guys are gonna share grandchildren.
Yeah.
Like, there's no going around it, you know?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things when people jump into relationships. It's always because they have a kid or, you know, like, and sometimes, I know it sounds weird, but I feel like no nada más porque tienes un hijo ya significa that you have to get married, move in, do all this stuff, you know? Because sometimes I know that, like, not that they're not unwanted, but they're not like, ¿cómo se dice?
It's not planned.
Yeah, they're
not
not planned.
Plan.
So it's like, fuck, ¿qué hacemos aquí, you know?
No, literally. And people don't realize what a big halt to your plans having a child is.
Yeah.
Especially as women, you know? Like, your whole world changes.
Yeah, big time.
For sure, it does.
For us guys, I feel like it's a little bit easier in a way.
In a way, yes. If you're a responsible dad, you know, which there are responsible dads out there.
A lot.
There has to be a change to your lifestyle. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But as a woman, you know, you're carrying life within you. So it's not just you. It's your whole, like...
It's your body, too. Yeah, it's your body, your mind. Everything changes.
Everything.
Like, literally, like, it's a whole 360 that you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so... Remember, guys. So think about who you're going to have kids with, because...
It is. Honestly, it is.
That for the next podcast, I think we're going to talk about children and all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you... Well, I know you're in the process of...
Getting a divorce.
You know.
The D word.
The D word. Not the D that you like, but, you know.
No.
It's...
This one is the big D right here.
The big one.
The big D.
Do you think after that, like... Did you jump right away into a relationship?
No.
I
haven't been in a relationship since my divorce. And it's going to be 2 years in October.
But have you talked to somebody?
I have. Yes.
And do you feel like maybe you talked to them like right away, like, oh shit, what am I doing? Or like you took your time?
No, I definitely, I think for 6 months, I was just, you know, trying to process everything that was happening.
Yeah.
And figuring shit out for myself, like on my own. And I was not thinking about being with it. I'm still, even right now, I'm not thinking about being with anybody. Like, not seriously, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm down for fun.
Hoy, hagan ofertas. Ahorita está en especial.
Literally.
You know, that's crazy that you say that, because I have, like, obviously I know a lot of guys, and I'm a guy myself, but I don't think this way. But a lot of guys think that as soon as a girl gets divorced, she's out there looking for something, like right away. And most of the time, honestly, it's not that way, you know.
No.
I know, like, there is girls like that que se dejan de uno y al día siguiente ya andan arriba de otro. No, perdón, con otro. You know, and it's
Either
like,
or.
yeah,
or both.
So I think with what I'm trying to say is that, you know, we don't know what that person is going through, you know, like you as a girl. We're gonna talk about the girl part. Like
I can definitely provide a perspective from a woman's point of view.
Yeah, and I do want to hear it, because te digo, like, guys come to a conclusion that you're ready to go, you know, and it's like, no, bro, like, she's damaged for sure, because a divorce, no matter, like, if you're the one, like, that you want the divorce, or they ask you to get divorced, like, it don't matter what side you're in. I believe that you still get hurt no matter what.
You know, I just thought about this. I know it's not in the cards. Actually, you know what's something that was unexpected, which is so funny to me, while I was, like, smack in the middle of my divorce, is how many of his friends hit on me.
Dude, that's the fucking classic one.
Crazy.
Why?
Literally, like, how many of them were, like, in my DMs, in my likes. Like, dude, I blocked all of them, honestly. Honestly, like, that's just crazy to me, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, though. Like, this is funny. I've never admitted this. Hey, is this gonna... No, it's not. But I was literally looking, like, at one specific friend that I know they were frenemies. Like, they had
one of those, the one that it's okay to do it.
And I was just gonna do it just for revenge. Just for revenge, just to be a bitch, I swear. But I was like, it's not even worth it. Like, why do I want to add that to my body count?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. But see, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, guys, as soon as divorce, single or something, boom, right away como perros. And especially, como dijiste, los amigos de él, you know, it's like, they were just waiting for it.
They were, for sure.
You know, como pinches perros ahí andaban nomás esperando. And that's crazy. And, like, it sucks, because then, creo que por eso relationships nowadays, they don't work out. Because everybody just jumps to it, no matter what it is. Nomás miran la oportunidad and boom, they take a bite and that's it, you know?
Exactly.
I think that's where my next question comes in. Guys, in English, I struggle to say some shit, okay? So, ahí me disculpan, porque yo puro Spanish. Nah, no se crean. No, but I have a good question right here, and I'm going to read it exactly.
Okay.
You know, but what's the difference between chemistry and
compatibility?
Yeah.
In my opinion, I would say, you know, chemistry is right off the bat when you meet somebody.
Yeah.
Like, there's no denying the physical attraction, you know, the infatuation with that person, the instantly drawn and wanting to know more about them and their interests and their hobbies, and just, you know, like, being so fascinated with a person and interested in what they're doing and having that same, you know, energy be reciprocated towards you. I think that would be, like, just instant chemistry, besides all the physical, right?
Yeah.
Because chemistry has a lot to do with physically being attracted to somebody.
And most of the time, that's the easiest one to get. Like, you know, it's not even hard, you know?
No, it's not, honestly, right? I think as an attractive person.
You're so mama.
As an attractive person. Confidence. I have chemistry with a lot. Compatibility is hard, though.
See, and that's why I think people get confused. Because they can have good-ass chemistry. You know, you can have good-ass chemistry with anybody. And, like, you can talk for days on the phone, in person, go eat, go have fun. But then they confuse that with fucking not say that word. No, I don't, no.
Come.
Ya hace rato sí. Compatibilidad.
Okay, así
You know,
mejor.
así mero. You know, all the chemistry is there, but not the compatibilidad. You know, it's not there. And I feel like compatibilidad should be the number one and to actually look at when it comes down to get into a relationship. You know, because if you're not compatible, then it kind of like, I feel like it's harder to keep that chemistry going.
And it's going to bring issues in the long run as well.
Yeah, of course.
Because, like, compatibility also, I feel like, you know, it comes down to your morals, your values.
Yeah, for sure.
The way you're raised.
Yeah.
We don't realize how differently a person is raised, you know, until you're, like, sitting there wondering who the hell raised you. Like,
yeah, right? And it's like, you know, I've been in a situation, one thing that probably has nothing to do with this, but when I grew up, I never got hit. Only once because I was being a little weirdo at the store and my mom, I think, smacked me, but that's it. I never got hit by a chancla, never got hit by anything that everybody always tells me, oh, well, you know, back in the day when your parents would hit you with the, you know, with the huarache, with everything. And I'm like, fuck, I can't relate. You know, and like, even with that, like, no, ¿cómo se dicen? Like, son cosas que no se hablan, you know, y es parte de la compatibilidad, you know, but it's just things that you can't relate. No. So off the topic, but just thought I would mention that, I guess.
No, I mean, that matters because you're right. Like, I was hit as a child, so I can't relate to you.
See, there you go. Like, and that's something that I also want to do a podcast about with somebody that went through all that, and me that I didn't go through that. I struggle with other issues like not having a dad, but that's a whole other podcast too. But
Daddy Issues podcast.
Yes,
I cannot relate. My
there
daddy
you go.
loves me.
See, mine didn't. He left me. I'll start crying now. No, just to go off topic. No, but you know what I mean. So I think that's another big important thing that you gotta open up yourself if you really want to look into a relationship. Nowadays, you really gotta open up, but also be careful how you open up to people. You know, because you can't just be like, oh, pues sí, no tengo papá, no tengo esto, no tengo lo otro. You give out all your weaknesses, and I feel like that's where guys take advantage, and they're like, all right, cool, she told me all her weaknesses, now I'm gonna go through there and make sure I make her feel comfortable there, y paz, caen. You know what I mean? Exactly. Because guys always want to rush everything, and I know girls are more like, let's wait, let's, you know. Sorry. Anyway, sorry guys, I was having a little chokiness over here. Do you think like people also jump into fast relationships because they're lonely, bored, and have nothing to do?
Yes, I think that's a few of the main reasons. I also feel it comes down to like insecurity. You know, like you need the external validation. And that validation you're only going to get from a partner romantically. Because you could have, you know, your family, your friends, even your children, like, you know, they love you and you matter to them. But an insecurity from like a romantic relationship, you know, you want to get validation from a person that you want to be with, basically.
Yeah, of course. In any of like, well, I don't even know if I should call it relationships or the people you talk to, have you ever felt like, oh shit, it's like this was actually putting in work, he's showing more lovey-dovey stuff or things like that? Like, can you actually tell? Like, they're being genuinely about it? Yeah?
You definitely can tell.
Like, what would be like red flags not to go for a guy? Like red flags when it comes down, like, you know, like in your situation, like that they know that you're probably, I don't know if you tell them that you're going through a divorce or what's going on, that you have kids y todo ese rollo.
I hardly ever discuss that, you know, because how you're saying I'm not gonna go out there and like
expose everything,
my whole situation, my whole sob story on the line, which, you know, you guys are gonna get that as well, not today, but we'll talk about that. Crazy story, but I think the red flag is me, you know. I'm avoiding.
So you're the problem.
I'm the problem. Yeah. Definitely. I feel like men, I tend to date men that are older than me, and I'm 30. So they're what,
Yeah.
mid 30s, late
Oh,
30s.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they're ready to settle down.
Yeah.
Like they're ready to, want all these things that I already had. I already went through this. I don't want
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I started dating younger. And it's crazy because I think that men want what they can't have. Like,
Always. That's always a
genuinely.
mentality with guys coming from a guy.
Yeah, no,
It is.
genuinely. I
Yeah.
think it really is. And it's like crazy. Like, I think I'm going to start like journaling about them or something. They're each going to get their own book.
Right?
No, I swear, because like I'm very upfront from the beginning before I get involved with anybody,
Yeah.
any type of situationship,
Mhm.
I don't want a relationship.
Yeah.
I, would prefer to be monogamous because for my health more than anything else. But relationship is completely off the table. I don't want to know how your day is going. I don't want to know if you had a bad day at work. I don't care if you're fighting with your mom.
Yeah.
No, like, don't. Hit me up if you want to, like, go get drinks and then hook up after or something like that. So, like, I'm not trying to have dinner with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's a red flag to look for in a man as well.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now you guys know.
A lot of time they're not honest, though.
Honestly, mostly, I feel like nowadays everybody's not honest.
No.
They're always hiding something, and they shouldn't be like that. I feel like if we're more honest, we actually get what we want. Because if you keep going around the bush, you're never gonna get nowhere.
No.
If you just wanna have a full-on relationship, then say that. Hey, I actually want to have a relationship. Is this gonna be in your interest? No, I just want to hook up. Okay, then that's it. You know what I mean?
Consistently hook up. Consistently.
Yes.
I don't want to sleep around.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy. Relationships nowadays, I feel like they're so much harder to maintain. Like everybody just wants like too much, and like people are just tired of that. Like como tú dices, you're ready to do other things. You don't wanna. I mean, yes, get to know each other, but not like to the point of like, oh my god, my mom did this today, and well, I went to work and my coworker did this. He's been doing it for months, and it's like, yo también tengo mis pedos, así que don't bring that,
Yeah.
Especially if you're at our age, I would say, because just I guess it's an age that we already learned from our teenage years, our 20s, and all that bullshit. Probably got divorced twice, 3 times, 4 times, or something. Kids here and there, and it's like.
Unos cuantos.
Sí, and it's like, all right, ¿para andar con eso otra vez? No. Como que no, ¿verdad? No.
Como que no. Y algo que se me hace también bien chistoso is people that are like are in a long-term relationship, marriage, whatever, and then they're getting divorced and they jump into a relationship right away. Like that's doing it wrong to me.
That totally is.
Like have fun, there's a fucking world out there.
Yes.
Like
enjoy your free time.
Enjoy your freedom because trust me, like, this is gonna pass. I'm sure my little phase that I'm going through right now.
Yeah, of course. I honestly I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's just you're enjoying your free time, and that's something that nobody pays attention to either. That you don't realize like nobody's texting you to be like, where you at? What time are you coming here? Blah blah blah, or calling you. You're a free bird. You can do whatever you want. I mean, obviously, if you have kids, pues también hay que ser responsables, ¿verdad? Pero pues, si hay tiempo y una abuelita que los cuide, pues no hay pedo.
Or the other parent.
or the other parent.
Exactly. Like they're equally responsible.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? We talk about something always at the market about someone that we have in common that we know.
Yeah.
And it's literally about jumping into a relationship, moving in y todo el rollo. Y la neta, creo que es el ejemplo más perfecto. Obviously, if you're watching this, you're going to know who you are. But I guess people will figure it out, right?
I think there's going to be context clues,
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I don't know exactly how long they've been dating. I don't think it's been years.
No.
Right? And
not even years of knowing each other.
Yeah.
Actually.
So, and we talk about them moving in together, and it's how can I say this without sounding racist too? Because it's different
No
cultures.
racist.
It's different cultures. I'm not gonna say what culture, but we gotta understand that our Mexican culture, it's all over the place, and to other cultures, it might be wrong, it might be different, and that's like another thing to pay attention to. Like not just the whole moving in without being in a relationship for a long time is like how long you known this person, like is the family really gonna accept you, like she has a kid, like it's a whole little package, right? And like all I hear is that there's always fights. Y no entiendo eso, pues, like, what's the point of you jumping to a big decision like that, that there's a chance that maybe you guys are gonna buy a house together, get an apartment together, or whatever it is, things are gonna start getting together. And you're already fighting before all this is happening. You have a kid already. There's another dad. There's another family that this new person has to acknowledge and know that this other family is always gonna come first. You know, then there's a possible chance that there can be another kid from this person, but then there's all these fights about stupid shit. Like, ¿qué pedo? What's your opinion there?
Damn. Okay.
Or tell us a little backstory of the little situation, whatever you feel like telling us. Because I know the whole thing.
Yeah. I know. I kind of vent to you a bit, and obviously for this person, like I have the best interest in heart for her.
Yes,
like
me too.
She's an important person in my life, and it makes me sad that she allows it. Yeah. More than anything, because to be honest, I think as women we hold a lot of the power in relationships.
Yes.
We are in control. A man is gonna go as far as you're gonna let him. You're going to have to either teach him from the beginning how you're willing to be treated, what you're willing to accept, and what you're not going to accept. And, that's going to set the standard for your relationship in the future. It really is. Like, trust me when I say this, like how he treats you in the beginning, how he treats you, period. That's how he feels about you.
That's like setting boundaries.
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
Way,
It's like in any relationship that you have with anybody, how they treat you is how they feel about you.
Yeah,
that's exactly the same in romantic.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I feel like boundaries should always be there. Like a lot of people say, "No, it's good. If you love me, you'll do whatever." It's not like that. There's things that you don't like.
He's not like her child.
Exactly.
I'm not your mother. I'm not gonna love you unconditionally.
Exactly.
No, I have conditions.
Yeah, of course.
No, and there's so many red flags, like so many red flags from the cultural differences, which is a big one, like a big one where a lot of times this race or culture does not marry outside of their own.
Yes.
So that's a big one.
That's something to think about.
That's something to think about.
For the other family, you're always going to be the bad one.
Yeah.
So it's already like, fuck, do I really want to go into that and struggle with that? There's other people that don't struggle with it, but right now we're talking about a person that there's that possibly chance that she's going to struggle with that for sure,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's,
Exactly, and the food, right?
Yes.
Like, right, learning to cook different dishes and like something you're not used to, something you don't like but they like that's a big one. Like, what are you gonna do? Just order takeout the whole relationship? Like, you get what you want and I'm gonna get something else?
Yeah, that can also be tough.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think about that. And
literally.
Also cooking too for somebody else, like,
yeah,
oh no, es otro pedo.
it is.
And like I mentioned before, like you even told me too, like they don't know each other for years or for a long period of time, and for them to do this big ass movement of like, hey, let's get an apartment, a house, or whatever, those are big words right there.
It really is,
and I don't think both parties are ready for it.
No, I 100% agree with you, And it's like, what's the rush?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you guys get to know each other? Why don't you get married first?
Yeah.
Like a big one, the lease should be under both of your guys' names. Like it should be both of you guys because the apartment right now is only under one person's name, man.
Damn. See, guys, it's just, careful.
No, like I'm just sitting here and I'm like,
no, and you know what else frustrates me about this whole situation too? Tell me. Is that that person, I felt like she probably had a big chance to be someone in social media with what she was doing, which I thought it was great. I was being supportive, part of it, and from one day to another, it's like, boom, everything gets erased, everything stops doing everything, blocks, erases, and it's like, really, like, why can't your significant other like support you with that? If he met you, you already doing way, that. Yeah. Like, why not keep supporting it? Instead, it's always like, no, I'm gonna erase everything. I'm gonna go off social media, blah blah blah, and then months later, the classic thing: either a baby shower on Snap with no baby daddy, or I'm single again and it's just me against the world and my kids. And it's like, la neta, al final del día, like, respectfully, everybody looks so stupid saying that shit. Porque it's like, it's your fault. Like, you don't have to be advertising that you fucked it up. Because to me, that's the advertisement of fucking a relationship. Oh, yeah, I'm doing it all by myself, y todo eso. Y pues, no, está cabrón. You gotta support your significant other, not block them from doing what they want. Because right now, and
then especially if they're not paying your bills.
It's like that's even worse.
Big one, honestly.
Yeah.
And like, bruh, like, just, I'm like, if you're gonna listen to a man, which the only time a man is gonna make me shut the fuck up and I'm like, yes, is if he's paying me. Like, my bills. Paying my bills. That's what I mean. Because he pays me and he can't tell me to shut the fuck up.
Honestly.
No, literally. Honestly, yeah. Literally. Like, I mean, if you are providing and you are my husband and I have to respect you, then yes,
yeah. Yeah, different. For sure.
But I'll be fucking damned if some guy that I'm dating that is promising me the world with no shows of nothing is telling me that I have to change what I'm doing, how he met me, and how we started dating.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
No.
It's weird. No, pues, nuestra amiga, honestly, if you're hearing this, we care for you. I've known you for over 15 years, which is crazy to me that I will get blocked and erased. But it's okay, I understand. They usually come back within months. And I hope that that's not the case. I really hope for the best. But from what I see, from what I hear, and I seen it before you even mentioned it to me, like I was already seeing like body language. Whenever I was recording for her, like I would see her on the phone. I was like, oh no, I can already tell she's either talking to somebody or just something toxic about to start, and
like it put a halt to all her plans, her future, her goals, like
and she was doing great. I felt like every idea that she had, it was amazing to me. I was like, yeah, let's fucking do it, let's do it, and de repente mira, llegó y se llevó todo.
El príncipe azul.
But I guess that's love at first sight, right? Do you believe in that shit?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
What do you mean?
You never seen somebody and you're like, fuck, I can marry this person.
I've seen someone and I'm like, damn, I can definitely fuck them. But, like, for me to be like,
Fabi, oh por mujeres como tú, hay hombres como todos esos que nos están viendo.
Come on. Like, it's so unreal for me to, like, be like, wow.
Qué guapo. Bueno, quiero hijos contigo. No. Nah, but I feel like that's more back in the day. Yeah. Back in the day, I feel like that was more normal. Like, I mean, shit. I can actually say that I fell in love for a first sight. once,
Yeah.
and that was cool.
It was cool.
That was really cool. Which
And what
I'm gonna
happened?
talk about it, huh?
And what happened?
That's from the podcast right there, but that's
my
gonna be a good one. I'm actually
God.
gonna have a whole like 4 or 5 episodes, and I'm gonna talk about my exes. So it's gonna be
Just
very
like me with my
interesting.
journals.
Andale, yeah, you with your journals, but I'm gonna do a little video of my
Of
exes.
your ex.
And not because I want to talk about them or anything like that, but they also have to do with jumping into relationships very fast, which I feel like on a few of them I did that.
You did that?
You know, and now who I am at this moment, I'm like, fuck, like no wonder why it never worked out, and it's never gonna work out, you know, because it's like the whole chemistry, and that's where people confuse it, like I was saying earlier, and I confused it. I for sure confused the chemistry and thought that we're gonna be compatible and do something in life, but it wasn't that. It was just the whole chemistry. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, but then your mind starts thinking for the future, especially at our age or the time that that it happened, you know, and me especially, I'm always thinking of the future, what I'm gonna do, you know. Pero pues no, por eso valieron madre esas relationships. But I believe that love at first sight does exist, but now it's like rare if it happens. Now miran el culo y dicen, sí. Nah, no se crean.
Es lo que te estoy diciendo. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can definitely look at somebody and be like, wow, they look nice. You know, they look good.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to look good on top of me. And I want to see that face.
Fabi,
But...
¿qué van a pensar la gente? Aquí voy a poner su Instagram por si la quieren seguir.
Oh, I don't have any. I don't have social media.
Right. Yeah,
so sorry, guys. You guys are going to have to find me on the streets like the old-fashioned
Yes.
way.
Or you can come to the farmer's market and find us there.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, es mi cajera ahí para que le dejen tip.
Oh, literally. Thanks.
No se crean, pero sí se la crean. Now, I have another good question that I really like how this was worded. If relationships had a trial period like Netflix, how should it be?
How long should it be, or how should it be?
How long should it
How
be?
long should
How
it
long
be?
should it be?
I think before you start dating, you know, there's that talking stage. And I think that during that talking stage, it should last like around anywhere between
24 hours.
48.
Yeah,
48 hours,
48.
2 days. Let's go to the casino. I want to watch you lose, and that's how I know. That's how I know if we're going to be good or not. Huh? No. In all seriousness, I think within 3 to 4 months, you should know if that's the person that you want to date. Like, start, you know, the relationship with. I'm not saying, you know, go all in full send.
Yeah, but actually, hey, you want to be my girlfriend?
Yes,
I want to be your girlfriend. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 3 to 4 months.
I think that's a right amount of time to, you know, because, I think you will cover everything within 3 months, right? Like, I mean, if you guys talk every day, every night, that should be plenty of time.
I hope we don't talk every day.
I mean, you know what?
24/7.
I was just talking to somebody earlier, and I was telling them like, oh yeah, you can bring your boyfriend, and you know, like we can all go have dinner and all that. And she was like, you know what? No, it's my birthday, and I don't want my boyfriend to be there because I already have him enough. Like if he can not talk to me for a few days, I'm totally okay with it. And I feel like that nowadays applies a lot, and it doesn't look bad. Because back in our days, that shit was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, why? Like, what are you doing? Y ahorita, pues, everybody wants their space. But, like, since everything's so rushed.
You need to dust your room.
Tanto perico. No, no sé qué.
No!
Sorry, guys, we had another interruption. Acá se me andaba ahogando. It's allergies. We live in the Central Valley, and honestly, it's the worst over here, guys. Los que viven acá ya saben. Los que no, ni se les ocurre venir a Modesto, la mera verdad. But, anyways, back to our topic. So, do you really think that these relationships that jump into everything so fast, like they actually last?
No.
No, ¿verdad?
No,
Para
I
nada.
don't. I don't. I think that just as fast as you jumped into the relationship and everything, that's how fast it's gonna burn out.
Yeah.
There's nothing left, you know. Like you're giving it your all in the beginning, and then what?
Honestly, yeah, I feel like that's what I told you earlier, que cuando das todo, ya como que se pierde la flamita ahí, because then the guy or the girl, it's like, oh, pues, I pretty much know everything.
Pues ya que.
Ya que
Where
más
to
hay que
from
hacer?
here? Yeah.
Yeah, you know. I feel like it should be like little chapters. Like you said, the 3 months. Every month should be a chapter, you know, like of knowing different things, of exploring new things, and talking about the possibly future and all that stuff. Or if you already have kids, talk about that, how that's gonna work out. Because I dated somebody that didn't have kids, and it was a little struggle, you know, like, oh shit, well, I have to go with my kids. And she always understood, but I felt like she always felt some type of way, not knowing what I was doing with my kids, you know. Not because she didn't trust me, but I guess it's just a woman thing that you feel like you're doing something else, you know. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, guys. So with everything we talked about, what best advice you could give somebody to possibly not jump into a relationship this fast?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Just don't. Don't do it. And if you're gonna do it, don't have kids.
Please don't have kids.
Yeah.
That's the end of it.
That's the end, literally, of your guys' little honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
I hope you don't do it.
Yes, guys, recuerden, la vida es bonita. We gotta enjoy it. Like every day that you wake up, it's always a brand new day. You can start over. As soon as you wake up, you can start over. You know, like there's always gonna be a better girl for you. There's always gonna be a better guy for you. Don't settle for the first one that comes. Like there's plenty of them, but then also pay attention to them, because Dios les manda algo, dicen, y los mandan a chingar su madre. No, he's too nice to me. You know, like a little story that you told me, which before we end this podcast, it's a funny other story, guys. My friend over here got wasted as fuck, like gone, blacked out. And the date, which my guy, if you're hearing this, honestly, I wish one day I can meet you, because this guy took my friend over here to her house. To her house. I know what you guys are thinking. Nope. La llevó hasta su casa. He made sure that she was good. La trató como una reina.
Como toda una dama que estoy.
Toda una dama. Did not take advantage of her drunkenness, which most guys would have took advantage of.
I was passed out. Like,
Yeah.
literally, I drink a lot. I did. I drank so much, and it was just so embarrassing to me. And then the funniest thing is, right, like, in between my blackouts, I remember him, like, just telling me that everything was gonna be okay, right? Like, being a good guy, a good person.
How it should be. How it should be.
Exactly how it should be, because at this point we, like, you know, we haven't had sex, and, like, we're getting to know each other and stuff, right? Like, we're dating. And, like, he's taking me home. And he tells me, right, he was like, oh, like, are you going to be, like, he was trying to walk me to my door, to my house.
Yeah.
And I remember I looked at him, right, I live with a super old school Mexican mom, like, super old school, you know, Catholic. She's going to fucking hit me with a rule. With a Bible. She's gonna
with
hit
the
me
Bible,
with a
la
Bible,
maceta,
dude,
sas, placas.
literally. And like, he was trying to walk me to my door. I sobered up like this. I got my seatbelt off. I was like, no, you can't walk me to my door. He's like, why, right? He's met my brother before. And he's like, your brother knows me, like, it's cool, you know, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to walk you to your door. You're
Make
really
sure that
drunk,
you're okay, yeah.
right? And I was like, no, like, my mom's gonna be so mad. Dude, his face, he was like, how old are you? I was like, oh my God.
Con hijos y todo como
ya
niña
bien
chiquita.
parida, ya divorciada, ya todo. Bruh, no
Oh,
manches.
shit.
Qué vergüenza decirle, tengo 30 años, güey, y mi mamá todavía
Me da el
dice,
pau.
no, neta, I was like, fuck.
Hey, but honestly, when you told me that story, I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool, you know, like that's dope that a guy can still do that, you know.
Yeah.
Because like I said, most guys would have been like, oh hey, stay here, you know, or you would have been passed out, you probably wouldn't even remember, you know. And this guy did completely the
rape.
opposite. That is rape.
Exactly. That is definitely beep. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, he really did, and we're still in contact. So
my guy,
be a good guy. Continue being a good guy.
Doing that, because that was really cool, and I felt like there's still hope for people out there. Okay.
Oh my God. I never drink like that, you know, with somebody that I don't know. So if you're gonna go out on a date, like don't get blacked out with somebody you don't know.
Don't.
Yeah,
please
don't do that, because it's true. Like there's a lot of men that would have completely taken advantage of that situation.
And then it's always hard, like, to say like, oh, he did this, he did that, because then you kind of went with him on a date or whatever it is. You guys got drunk, and then things get out of hand, you know. And it's always gonna be.
And it's like, where do we draw the line, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even have remembered saying no.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even have remembered.
Exactly.
Like, I really wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So just the fact that he did all of that for me, and like I know that he wasn't taking advantage of me, because like in between my blackouts, like I would, you know, react, and he was putting on my seatbelt. Like he was getting me into the car. Like he was trying to recline my seat, you know, like nothing, not touching me inappropriately at all. Like
that's just beautiful.
He didn't even try to kiss me.
Damn, like, not even the famous kiss of all right, good night.
Yeah, no.
That's crazy. But that's good. That's good. Honestly, I'm glad like you didn't experience nothing bad, because you know, I guess at the end, you know, when you sober up and you were good, you were like, oh shit, okay, cool, that was decent, that was nice.
I was embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie.
I was
super embarrassed. I didn't talk to him for like 2-3 days.
Damn.
And then he messaged me if I was embarrassed, and I was like, oh, fuck, I am. What?
Damn. Well,
and now here I am.
It'd be like that. Damn, guys. Well, con eso vamos a terminar aquí el podcast. I hope you guys enjoy this, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, on Spotify. I'm gonna put you guys everything, and you guys will see throughout the video all the social medias and all that. Of course, acá Fabi no tiene social medias at the moment, but keep an eye out. Maybe she'll come back, and you can find her, take her on a date, something. She likes pho.
I love pho.
She just likes food.
I love food, yeah, exactly.
You know, so yeah, keep an eye out, and thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we see you guys soon.